Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. It is just a couple days before the Northern Big Bass Tournament kicks off, and excited to get that going. Going to give it a little bit of time for people in here right now. Give it a little bit of time for people to populate in and get some comments going. If this is the first time you've been to one of my lives, say hi in the comments. And if you're wanting to, you want to come up here and join me and ask a question or something like that, or just chat, you can click on the link that is in the comments that's coming up, and you will pop right up here with me. So, hey, Jacob Churchill, thanks for stopping by. Gary, how are you, buddy? Russell Gardner, I know he's excited for the this next tournament to kick off. We're just looking at names here. A lot of familiar names. We got a lot of new names. A lot of new names going this year. And it's interesting. We get a lot of, the North is a lot of states, right? Because we combine the West and the North. I just registered 2 people from Idaho today. And I want to say probably 40%, let's say 30% are from New York this year. Hey, Robert Martinez. Hey, how you doing? Are you ready for round 2? Yep, I'm sure you are. I got you registered. I'm just looking at your email. And then Robert Martinez, thanks for stopping in, buddy. You and Lupita are both going to get your codes here pretty quick. Hello, Captain Lindia. I hope that you guys are catching some big fish. Hope you're out there casting your arm off and reeling in the big ones. Good to see you. So, for last week I told you I had to go to Oklahoma because my father was having a triple bypass. I got back not last night before. He had a very successful surgery, and he's up and around at home he's in the garden. He shouldn't be, but he had it was amazing. I got there right after the surgery. I looked at it and I was like, wow, it's going to be hard at 77 years old. But by Sunday, when I was getting ready to leave, he's up walking around and said, hey, I'm good. So it was very successful. So, all right. DG Outdoors. Daniel Jelinas from Indiana. Nice bass there. I know you're in this tournament. I've seen your email over there. So we'll be talking a little bit more. A few more people pile in here. They are starting to bite. Linda, come on now. The only time they don't bite is when I come down. Yeah, Daniel, just a minute. We'll go over a little bit of information on the Northern tournament. I just want to get a couple minutes for people to come on into the live feed. And Linda, I'm kidding because every time I've been down there, I caught bass. And the last time, I think I caught a 6-pound, 14-ounce bass last time I was down with you on Donkey Land. So good fishing. If you want to go experience Florida fishing, you got to go with small water charters. Those guys are really good. And I've sent a few folks down there and they love it. Is that a neon light? It's not neon, it's LED. And I can change it to 180 different settings. I was going to do neon, but neon, it doesn't last as long as the LED lights. And you can do different functions with these lights. So I try to change it every live or every video just to keep it interesting. So, all right. So if you're a first-time fisherman on the Shane Flynn Outdoors tournament and you're just sitting on this live, so tomorrow night, about this time, you'll probably start getting emails, maybe a little bit earlier. Hey, Kenneth, talking to a first-timer here. So tomorrow night, I'm hoping to have everyone's participation code. to them. So you'll get your participation code and your general rules for the tournament, which for this tournament, it's very easy. We're looking for the big bass. And you can, the biggest bass lengthwise will win the tournament. And you can turn as many fish as you want. So if you start off with a 18 and then you get a 19 and then you get a 22 and so on, you will you can just turn in a different fish and I'll record it. You can call as many fish as you want. So, but make sure you have your participant code in the photo. I will not accept it if you don't have the participant code. So, hey Marty, how are you, buddy? Hope you're getting over the crud there. I heard you mentioned it earlier. I hope you get out fish this weekend. Caught that bass at Monroe Lake Dam on April 16th. My uncle's a taxidermist. He's making a record for me. That's awesome. How much did it weigh, Daniel? Curious. When you show me I see a big bass. I don't know how long and how big it is. So anyways, you can once you get the email tomorrow night, just take a general gander through the information on the tournament and the rules. No live bait. Everything has to be terminal tackle, etc. So, and you can fish anywhere. You can fish any public, private water that you would like from any type of vessel. So that's the way our tournaments work. I know a lot of you have already been in our tournaments, but for those, we got a few new folks here. I just want to go over that. So, but again, make sure you can take if you get a big bass, go ahead and weigh it, and they'll tell you in the instructions, weigh it, and you can record it on your phone real quick with the weight, as long as you have full length of the fish. And I'll take the weight. The weight is a tiebreaker, and every year I have to have a tiebreaker. Last tournament, I had a tiebreaker. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. We had a 22.5-inch bass last tournament. It might have been 23. That looked to me to be about 7.5 pounds. It was huge. It's fat. And I had one that was same length, but only 5 pounds, 13 ounces. And the individual did not take the weight. And that fish was bigger. Visually it was, but if you don't take the weight, I don't have a tiebreaker to break it. So 4 pounds, 15. Okay. 450. That's a pretty good bass. So yeah, make sure if you're gonna do a weight, make sure you just get a full length with a digital scale, and we'll use that as a tiebreaker. So we have to have that for all. Now, something special about this tournament, and this kind of ties into my sponsor, our sponsors. Got multiple sponsors here at Shane Flynn Outdoors, but we have the contingency program from Omnia Pro. And if you're an Omnia Pro member and you are the highest ranking individual, 1 through 5, we pay out 5 places, right? If you are the highest ranked member and is an Omnia Pro member, you will get an additional $300. So that first place could win you $550. Not too shabby for an absolutely free tournament. But you have to be an Omnia Pro member before the tournament kicks off. So it kicks off Saturday. You got to be an Omnia Pro member before. And if you're interested in being an Omnia Pro member, 2 things I will tell you. 1, go to omniaprofishing.com/pro to sign up and use the discount code that's going across here, SFO Pro, for 25% off. And that's a subscription service. It's kind of like Amazon for fishing. And that's the way I like to use it. But there's got a lot of different functionality on the app. You get weather. You get all kinds of data on there. You can shop on there. You can put waypoints. You get, can't think of the maps. The GPS mapping, you mark and everything on there. It's pretty handy. I use it all the time. So it'll pay for itself. It's $39.95 for a year, and you get free shipping on all your stuff when you become an Omnia Pro member. Plus, you get 10% off your tackle, and then you can use my discount code SFO25 for another 15% off. So you can get 25% off your tackle at Omnia Pro. if you're an Omnia Pro member. And one other sponsor I want to mention that's new to us, Finn's Outdoors. Love these guys. I got their shirts on right now. Great quality products at a great quality price. And you can get 15% off of your orders there with the same discount code SFO25. Small company, 3 friends started it, and it's great. They're not trying to rip everybody off with a $75 sun shirt. So great price. So go check them out at finsoutdoors.com. All right. Looking to see, we got 21 folks in here. Monroe has some big ones in it. Okay. Just checking the comments real quick. I don't like dead time. But one of the things I thought it would be kind of cool to go over, I got the stats from last year for the Northern Big Bass Tournament. And last year, the tournament was won in New York. And that was Kenneth Newstead. And he is in this tournament again. And that biggest bass last year was 22.75. 22.75 from New York won last year. And then second place was a tie. And the tie was between Scott Pickens of West Virginia, which he's in this tournament again, and Russell Gardner, who's online right here. And Russell didn't weigh his bass. Scott weighed in at 22.25 at 6.4 pounds of a second. Russell was third at 22.25, no weight. And then last year only paid out 3, but this year we're paying out 5 spots. And 21.25 was fourth, and 20.25 was fifth, and that was Nicole Moore. And she went on to win the smallmouth, or got second place in the smallmouth as well. Oh, that's right. You won the fee. You got the free gift card last week that I gave away. I'm glad you got like the sun shirt. I mean, it's good stuff, man. They're great prices. Hey, Mike, how are you from Indiana? Thanks for stopping in. I'll kind of go over a little bit again here in just a minute or so about the kind of go back over the directions one more time for the tournament. So they just stopped in. Mike, you fished many of our tournaments, so you know most of it. Don't forget your weight scales. That cost Russell some money last year, but you still placed in there. Hey, JP Productions, thanks for stopping in. I am excited about this new tournament kicking off. We'll talk a little bit more about it in just a couple minutes. But I want to thank everybody who was when I told you I had to go to Oklahoma again. I'm not trying to repeat myself. My dad's doing really well. Unfortunately, in 2 weeks, my mother had to get a pacemaker installed and had operation. And I flew home from Oklahoma, and then 3 days later, my dad had to have triple bypass surgery. So it's been kind of a crazy 2 weeks. So thanks for all the kind words everybody said. They're doing great. They're doing great in recovery. If anyone is interested, wants to jump up here with me, just click on the link that I just threw out there. New comments. All right. We just talked about the weights again. So for folks that just came in, tomorrow night, you will start seeing your emails from me. You'll get an email from me with the general rules for the tournament and the guidelines, along with your participant code for the tournament. And when you take a picture of your fish, and there'll be an example picture in the email to how to do it, make sure your participant code is visible. I do not accept any photos that doesn't have that participant code in there. So just make sure you have that in there. And it's a 3-digit code, and we don't have to go to anything too crazy, because right now, I'll tell you, as of right now, and of course, I'll probably get 10 to 20 more people before the tournament kicks off. We have exactly 190 people in this tournament. And I think I told you guys last week it's going to be 200-ish, and it's what it's going to be. So right now we're at 190, and a lot of folks from all over. a lot from New York, a lot from Indiana. I'm surprised at how many Idaho anglers we have in here, and that's great. I got Oregon anglers. I think I even got a North Dakota angler. I don't think I got South Dakota. And I lived in North Dakota. Me and Gary that's where me and Gary met, in Gary's Fishtails. And you can catch some bass in North Dakota. So, yeah, got good representation, and it should be a blast. Has anybody got questions? Now's the time to type a question if you've got a question, a concern, or if you don't understand how the tournament works. And I'll pause just for a second and let those come in. JP, what state are you from? JB Productions, what state are you from? Hey, Scott Pace, thanks for stopping in. How many from Maine? Dana Rivers wants to know how many from Maine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just counting manually, just scanning it. There are 10 from Maine. 10 from Maine. Okay, JP, you're from Oregon. We got quite a few anglers from Oregon. We got more than 10 from Oregon. We got about probably 15 to 20. About 15 to 20 from Oregon. We get a pretty good group from Oregon. Spaceman, who's usually on here, I don't say. Oh, there he is. I missed him. Hey, Spaceman, he's on here. The Washington, Oregon group is pretty tight. We got quite a few folks from there. I think New York is the biggest, and I was surprised at how many from Massachusetts this year. So, but yeah, it's a good. I would say probably second is Indiana, with between 25 and 30, and then not far behind is Pennsylvania. So, but I didn't see as many PA folks as I did last year, I don't think, but that's fine. It changes every year. So, yeah. So, I mean, how many was in this Southern tournament? Great question, Daniel. We had over 600, I think 611 people in the Southern tournament. I will tell you that in the Southern tournament, we usually have that many. We had a few more than last year, but the Summer 5 Bass Draw tournament, which is after the Northern, I would expect we'll have over 1,000 anglers signed up for that one. So, Spaceman from Washington. There are a few more from Washington that have signed up, Spaceman. There's probably 7 or 8 at least. So, and I just got another guy from New Jersey that just sent me an email to get signed up. So, like I said, we'll probably I sign people up right until midnight, and I even let people in after. They just lose a day of fishing because they don't have a participation code. Yeah. So, Spaceman, what part of Washington are you in? And yes, it is great that we got quite a few more folks in here from Oregon and Washington. And by the way, California can participate in the North, and we got about 7 or 8 from that have signed up. Adam Carter, Jersey as well. Well, yeah, I know there's several from Jersey. I've actually caught a pretty big bass, and my wife's from New Jersey, and I go fishing up there. I'd go fishing every once in a while up there. I caught I think it was 6-pound, 2-ounce bass in the reservoir up there about 15, 20 years ago. So Jersey's got some big ones in there. So JP is in Longview. Okay. So now we just made some connections here live. So awesome. So something else I want to tell everybody that is new. Have I ever fished in Melbourne? If you're talking about Melbourne, Australia, I've been there, but I've never fished there. But Melbourne, some other place. Give me a state, maybe. Mo Frazier. I know you've been chomping at the bit. Mo is like, where's my participation code? So, Mo, since you just came in, I'll repeat this. Tomorrow night, I will start sending out the participation codes. Tournament kicks off on Saturday. And I'll get those participation codes out tomorrow night. If I don't get them all tomorrow night, it'll be early Friday morning, but I'm pretty sure I'll get them all out tomorrow night, depending on when I get home from work. But, you know, it kicks off tomorrow and it ends on, you got to have all your bass back by the 8th of June. 8th June is the last night. So, but Mo, I'll have that participation code out to you Thursday night, and you get ready to get fishing. And again, everybody, one big bass. That's all you have to turn in, but you can turn in as many as you want. And you can call as many times as you want from there. You live there in Melbourne. Okay. Well, welcome. I'm glad we got somebody from Australia. It's awesome. Thanks for stopping in. DJs, I'm glad this is free and can fish it any way you want because it was my first ever fishing tournament. I don't have a boat or a kayak, and normally tournaments are too expensive to enter. So that's what this is all about, Daniel. I started these for the average fisherman to fish any way you want. And by the way, Kenneth Newstead, who won the Northern tournament last year, caught his bass from the bank. And I've had people win from the bank, from the kayak, from a boat. And it's just amazing. It really, there's no consistent way to fish that has won. Sometimes it's a bank, sometimes kayak, sometimes a boat. So biggest, like the summer 5 bass draw last year, if I'm not mistaken, was won by Brian Green here in Virginia, and he won it from a kayak. Year before, the guy who won it from a combination of the bank and a kayak. So it's kind of crazy, and we keep it free. I don't use a tournament app because they charge you $5 an angler, and then I have to charge you. I mean, just think about this: that summer tournament's going to have over 1,000 anglers. It'd be $5,000 to use like Attorney X or something like that. So, yes, it starts Saturday, Spaceman. Yeah, you should be in the South for sure if you're in Melbourne. Hey, Kenneth. Thank you. So yes, it will. The email will explain the steps for what you need to do. And I even give you an example photo. All you have to do is put your fish on a bump board, put your participation code there, take a photo, email it to me. It's that simple. And if you want to do a video, you can do a quick video, long as you at least say, either have your participation code in there, or you can say it if you're videoing. So if I'll spill the beans. You won't know the number, but the letter, it's going to be a letter and 2 numbers. The letter for this tournament is going to be V, Victor. So if you're Victor 11 or Victor 1, I mix those up. Just say that code or have it on a. People write it on the back of their hands sometimes with the marker because they forget. I've even had people punch it out in a Pepsi can, in a tin can, because they forgot their number. But you got to have that number in the. You have to have that number visible or said if it's a video for the fish to count. So it's very, very simple, JP. We try to keep it free and easy, right? And again, make sure if you got a scale, it's got to be a digital scale, and the weight is the tiebreaker. And every year, that's right, Lindia, and fishing is fun. And Lindia has won a few of these tournaments. Actually, she placed in the Southern tournament. Or no, John, her husband, placed in the Southern tournament. Spaceman said, I won the West when we had a West tournament with a 19.5 Sonoma from the bank. You sure did. So, yeah, we try to keep it fun for these tournaments. And I'm glad we got quite a few people in here listening. So next Wednesday night, I will not do a live. I'll put out some type of video. Please come and look at it at 8:30. My broken leg, for some of you new people, I had a broken leg for 2 months I hadn't been able to fish. I am cleared to go fishing. I got this little soft cast to keep my ankle still, but I am going to be out there this weekend. So I'm probably going to get some more content out. Hopefully I get content out this week. One way or the other, you're going to see some content. I got saved stuff that I hadn't sent out, but so no live next Wednesday night, but every Wednesday night after, and that will be in the email, we will do a live and do an update on the tournament. So come back here at 8:30, same time, Wednesday nights at 8:30 Eastern time, and I'll give you an update on the tournament. You can see where you're placed. Sometimes, maybe the first week, I'll just show who's 1 through 20. This year I did 1 through 25 with the South, and I may not show the weights or the links, and you already know what your link is, so you know where you're at. And then maybe the following week I'll show all the links, and we'll just do it like that. I try to keep it guessing, but come back and see where you're setting for when you go out fish this weekend. Daniel, this is my 4th year running these tournaments. 4th year running, and I would tell you, I have 4 years of running these tournaments. I've had not a issue one. People always concerned about cheating and all that. Hard to cheat when it's a linked tournament, A. And B, if you don't have your participant code in there, which you get the day prior to the tournament, day and a half prior, kind of hard to cheat, right? So it's been really fun, and we have grown. I started off with about 25 people, and on my summer tournament, I'm probably going to be around 1,200 people this year. So it's fun, and and we do get a lot of people who sign up and they don't turn in fish, and that's fine because they don't catch them, or life happens, and like me, I had to go visit my mom and dad who had heart surgery. They don't have time to fish or something like that. So, but it's really, really fun. From New York, and will also be in Napa. Thank you, pronounce this. This is my first year. Semper Fi. And I don't know if you know this, but I live right next to Quantico Marine Base here, so I hear Semper Fi all the time. Retired Air Force. So, yes, Lindy, if you could smash that thumbs up button, everybody, I really appreciate it. And again, get ready for it. Saturday morning, where I go. Jonathan Tennant is from Northeast PA. Northeast PA. Okay. I drive to Central PA. Fly or drive to Central PA from here in Virginia because I work for Penn State University. So I'm in Pennsylvania quite often, at least twice a month. So, all right. Again, participant codes go out tomorrow. I'll give it just a couple more minutes. Sunbury, PA. Okay. Nick, thanks for stopping in. And something else I'll throw out. If you have a friend that would like to, no, you do not have to fish in your home state. Great question, Daniel. Long as you're in a northern state. You can't go to Florida. You can't fly down with John and Lindy and hop on one of their charters and turn in a fish from Florida. It has to be in a northern state. You have to fish from a northern state. Great question. Because I did fish a tournament and turned it the 6-pound, 14-ounce bass that I caught when I was down in John Lindy's in December. I turned it in a tournament here in Virginia because there was no rule that said I couldn't. I didn't win. I was just teasing with the guy. So, hey, thanks, Russell. Yeah, good luck to everybody. Like I said, again, no Wednesday night live tomorrow. Smash that thumbs up button, guys, when you jump out. Next Wednesday will just be content, but every Wednesday following throughout the tournament, we'll have live tournament updates here at Shane Flynn Outdoors. Thank you all. If you have any questions, concerns, or by the way, if you're watching this and you don't get a participant code and you think you're registered, email me immediately. I'm human. I may miss somebody. Don't hesitate to email me. So if you find yourself not getting that your participant code by, if you don't have it by Friday at 7, I missed you. I'll just tell you that. Unless I send something out telling you everyone otherwise. But yes, make sure you hit me up, and we'll get that out to you. Good luck to everybody. I'll see you back here on the 21st of May live for the first Northern Big Bass Tournament update. Good luck to everybody. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Good night.